Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to take a few minutes and post a quick update video and let you guys know what's been going on recently, what's coming up in the future, what direction we're headed, and maybe even give you guys an explanation as to why there is a giant pile of dirt behind me. So let's take a walk around for a few minutes, catch up. So to start with, we still have Old Faithful here, 2001 F-150. It's up around that 267,000 mile mark now. And we just had to do a little bit of work on it. We had to pull the intake off and replace the heater outlet pipe on the intake, which took 3 or 4 hours. But otherwise, it is still dragging this dump trailer just about every day. And for those of you who have been around the channel for a while, I did a video about how I built this a couple of years ago. But for those who haven't seen it, basic rundown is I've got a winch mounted to the front. Cable runs underneath to a pulley at the rear, right down here, and it redirects to the nose of the trailer. So this false wall stands right up there, and when you hit the button on the winch, that false wall drags everything right off the rear of the trailer. So from the time you hit the button to the time you reach that pulley, 60 seconds has gone by and the trailer is empty. Close the gate and take off. And while I am back here, we've also got this guy now. It's a 94 Isuzu Trooper, and we have been using this guy for difficult accessibility jobs. Now obviously it can't pull that big dump trailer, but I've got a couple of smaller ones that I'll show you here in a minute that this guy drags around. But right now, this is on light duty because it's having some transmission issues, second and third gear slip sometimes. And one thing I've noticed, it's an automatic transmission 4L30E, and they are notorious for having issues. But there's no transmission cooler on this, so when the fluid heats up, it starts slipping. If you just drive this thing normally down the street, there's no issues at all. So I'm either going to have this transmission rebuilt or just source another one and throw it in. But for right now, it can do small jobs, but I try not to. But when it does, these are the trailers I use. So I've got a 5x10 open that I converted into an 11-yard, basically a trash hauling trailer. I've got a small load in here now to give you an idea of capacity. The cart is not trash. I used it to empty out the house that this stuff came from. So 11 yards on a platform that small makes this trailer extremely maneuverable, which really helps being here in the mountains of North Carolina and going down to Georgia and even over into Tennessee sometimes. And behind it, I've got this guy, a little 5x8 enclosed. This is really good for carrying cargo, things that can't get wet in the weather. I don't use this a lot, but it's already paid for itself multiple times over. And back here, I've got the brush hog for the tractor, just a 4-foot rotary cutter. A couple 5,200-pound axles for a trailer project in October. That's going to be a dedicated tractor hauler for my company. And we are also putting up a steel building here at the edge of the property. The fencing over here, that's going to go somewhere on the property. I'm just not sure where yet. One of those things I haven't had a chance to get to. And I'm sure that we all know what that's like. And I'd mentioned a pile of dirt. Well, this is the pile of dirt. And it came from the backyard. And what this is the spoils of a pond dig out. We are building a pond in the backyard. I'll show you here in just a second, but this is what we used to dig all that out. It's a 2024 Mahindra eMax 20S. I mean, no, it's not a huge tractor, but to be what this is a workhorse. I mean, it dug all of this dirt out in about 2.5 hours total. And I'll walk back here in a second and show you. But to be a subcompact tractor, I believe this tractor was $19,000, brand new in Chatsworth, Georgia. I've got like 47 hours on it. But this thing is just, it's indescribable how good this tractor is to be as small as it is. And what we did is this. We're putting a pond in the backyard It's going to be about 20 foot wide, 35 feet, well, 20 feet this way, 35 feet this way. But it's going to be a wildlife pond. We want to make sure that frogs can get in here. We want birds to come back here. And I'm hoping, I don't know, but I'm hoping that it'll help to get rid of some of the mosquitoes. Now, the mosquitoes are going to come back here, obviously, because there's going to be water. But I'm hoping the frogs are going to knock out some of the mosquitoes, because we've had 0 dragonflies at all this year. And mosquitoes are horrible. On top of that, it's going to add a little bit more character to the backyard. Come out here and work in the yard or walk around. Enjoy the mountain view. Now this tree here, I'm not sure if it's going to go or not yet. I kind of like that tree. But for now, it's going to give a lot more character and a lot more beauty to the backyard. But that's a basic rundown of the tools that we use. And the direction that we're heading in the future is going to involve a lot more tractor work, eventually a mini excavator, eventually a larger truck to pull a mini excavator, preferably vice versa in order, because we'll need the truck before we get the mini excavator. But we'll still offer junk removal, but we're trying to get back into earth moving, which I did years ago. It's something I love to do, but never thought I'd be able to do on my own. But I'm going to give it a shot and see if I can't get back into doing it as a career. But that gives you a basic idea of the equipment that we have. And you guys remember, I had that 35-foot trailer for a while. Good idea in concept, not really a good idea in real life, so it had to go. The axles I showed you a few minutes ago actually came from that trailer, and they're going to go on a 14-foot by 6-foot wide deck over trailer, which is going to be a dedicated tractor carrier. And hopefully in the future, I can get a couple trucks running, and preferably an actual dump trailer. I would love to have a dump trailer. I love mine, don't get me wrong, it works well. But to have an actual tilt dump would be so nice. But I'm thankful for what I have now. But if you guys have been following along and keeping up with the videos, thank you. I appreciate it. Pardon my bad camera skills. I'm still learning at this, but if you guys don't care, give a like and a follow and help support a guy. We're going to try to grow the page and see what we can do with it. I've got a couple jobs coming up that I'm going to try to video if the owners will let me, and I'll share it with you guys on YouTube. So for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.